Welcome to the Zamzama gas plant. At BHP Billiton, we are committed to sustainable development. Health, safety, environment and community, or HSEC responsibilities are integral to the way we do business. BHP Billiton is committed to achieving zero harm to personnel and environment before production. We strive for continual HSEC improvement and efficient use of natural resources. All BHP Billiton Pakistan sites are ISO 14001 and OSAS 18001 certified. The Zamzama gas field was discovered in 1998 and proved to be a significant resource with an operating life of 20 plus years. BHP Billiton, along with ENI Pakistan, Premier Kufpek and government holdings, developed the processing facility that currently provides around 500 million standard cubic feet of gas per day to our customers, SUI Southern and SUI Northern gas pipeline companies. In addition, approximately 3,000 barrels per day of condensate is delivered to refineries through a combination of pipeline and trucking facilities. BHP Billiton is committed to the community through its development program. Working with local organizations, a number of initiatives are in place aimed at the poor and disadvantaged of the district. These include projects in healthcare, education, drinking water supply, sustainable livelihoods, and environmental management. This safety induction is to inform visitors, contractors, and employees to Zamzama gas plant of the hazards both inside and outside of the plant area. It details the precautions they need to follow to ensure their safety and that of others. Please surrender lighters, matches, firearms, knives, alcohol, and illegal drugs at the main gate as they are prohibited at the plant. The petroleum worksite jewelry policy does not allow for the wearing of rings, bracelets, metal band watches, long chains and necklaces, all open earrings including decorative earrings, medical alert necklaces that fall over the chin when bending, any body-piercing jewelry that is exposed and not protected by clothing. Smoking is not permitted anywhere at site, including company vehicles, except at the designated smoking area. The Petroleum HSE Management System applies to all controlled activities within the Zamzama asset. Managers and supervisors are responsible for controlled activities and accountable for the implementation of the requirements in this document. There are 16 elements which make up the Petroleum HSE Management System. All people on site must comply with the letter and spirit of the Petroleum HSE Management System, including all associated documentation. The Petroleum HSE portal must be used to access the most current version of the required documentation. Restricted areas around the site include gas processing, evaporation ponds, central control room, electrical switch rooms, wellheads, warehouse, workshops, chemical and waste yards. If you require to visit these areas, you'll need permission from BHP Billiton personnel before doing so. Personal protective equipment is mandatory in these areas. This includes safety shoes, long-sleeve cotton shirts, long cotton trousers or overalls, gloves, safety glasses and hard hat. Loose clothing such as shalwar kameez and clothing made of polyester material is not permitted in work areas. Additional personal protective equipment may be required for specific jobs. For example, air protection, safety harnesses and hard hat with chin strap when working at height. Take note of the warning signs posted around the site and ensure you comply with the requirements. If supplied with a gas detector for work in the process area, ensure all gas leaks are reported. In the process areas, carrying of mobile phones or other electronic items is prohibited. Photography is only allowed on approval by the field manager. BHP Billiton is committed to maintain a drug and alcohol-free environment across all of its petroleum-controlled activities. The Drug and Alcohol Program allows BHP Billiton to maintain a safe and healthy workplace that is free of hazards associated with the use of drugs and alcohol. Drug and alcohol testing is conducted at all our controlled operational sites and includes random testing, reasonable suspicion testing, sweeps at or en route to operational sites, post-accident testing. As part of the Drug and Alcohol Program, you are advised to disclose any over-the-counter or prescription medicine that you are taking to our field medical officer. Please ask your host if you need further information regarding BHP Billiton Drug and Alcohol Program. Visitors and contractors, including day visitors, will be issued a pass and a pair of T-cards by security personnel at the main gate. Passes must be visible at all times and will need to be surrendered to the security personnel when leaving the site. One T-card shall be placed at the personnel on-site rack of the security muster board, where it will remain for the duration of your stay. The other T-card is to be placed alongside your allocated room at your designated muster point. Designated muster points include main gate, accommodation block B entrance and the main office. The camp boss will inform you of your allocated room and muster point. Short-term visitors generally muster at the main gate. Muster boards play an important role when accounting for your movements on and off-site and also during an emergency. The emergency alarm consists of a combination of sirens outside and bells inside buildings. Should you hear this, promptly make your workplace safe, go to your designated muster point and move your T-card to the mustered section on the board. Once the emergency is over and all clear alarm has been sounded, your T-card must be replaced to the original location. Management approval must be attained before work can be restarted. This can be achieved by getting your permit to work documents re-endorsed. If it is necessary to go to alternate muster points, these are at the main entrance and the helipad located on the access road. The muster controller will advise accordingly. You are personally responsible for ensuring your T-card is showing your correct location at all times. You must not move anybody else's T-card. When moving off-site in company vehicles, the departure and arrival times will be noted by the security staff. If you are at all unclear on the T-card or mustering system, please seek guidance from the person carrying out your induction. The perimeter fence at Zamzama gas plant and all the associated locations are guarded by security staff to protect against any attempted breach. In addition, vehicle checkposts are located on all entrance roads to allow for routine checking and control of all approaching vehicles. A security vehicle carries out a mobile patrol throughout the Zamzama area. In case of a security incident, the security alarm will be sounded. On hearing this, or if you hear gunshots or explosion, immediately cease work, turn off all lights, close doors, blinds and hide. If in the open, take cover in the nearest suitable place. Remain hidden until the security situation is over, which is indicated by sounding of the emergency alarm. You are then required to proceed to your muster station. All electrical equipment must be checked to ensure it is safe for use. This includes items such as power tools and power supplies of laptop computers and mobile phones. Please bring these and any other electrical items to the attention of the maintenance superintendent through your host, who will advise of any restriction on their use and arrange for testing and tagging by site electrical personnel. If you are currently taking any medication or have health issues, please contact the site doctor at the clinic located at the entrance of the accommodation block A. Any information given is strictly kept confidential. If you require medical attention out of hours, contact the Central Control Room on 101 or 102 or call the doctor. See contact list kept in your room. A safety meeting is conducted every morning to review safety at workplace. You are required to attend this meeting with your respective group. Some of the hazards associated with working at the Zamzama gas plant include high-pressure hydrocarbon gas and liquids, high and low temperatures, chemicals, working at height, high voltage and noise. Fatal risk controls are the processes we put in place to protect you from those things we have found that are most likely to kill you. Controls cover light vehicles, mobile equipment like forklifts and elevated work platforms, hazardous material, process materials management, equipment safeguarding, isolation, working at height including scaffolding, lifting operations, pressure, confined space entry, and dropped objects. If you are required to carry out any of these activities, you must undertake competency-based HSE training and assessment that is relevant to the work being done. Before starting any job or work at site, you'll need to go through a risk assessment process. A job risk analysis, JRA, is conducted to assess the job and its related risks identified. On completion of JRA, a work permit for the related job must be acquired. See your supervisor on the process of obtaining a permit. The types of permits are CWP, Cold Work Permit, which is green in color, NFHWP, No Flame Hot Work Permit, which is orange in color, FHWP, Flame Hot Work Permit, which is red in color, High Voltage Switching Permit, which is white in color. Other than the permits, some certificates may also be required for certain jobs. Vehicle Entry Certificate, Excavation Penetration Certificate, High Access Certificate, Radiography Certificate, Confined Space Entry Certificate, Isolation Certificate. After issue of permits, an on-site toolbox meeting is essential to discuss specific job steps, the associated hazards and the mitigation measures. At Zamzama, there are chemicals being used for different processes that must be handled with care. Report bringing any new chemical onto the site. All chemicals must be accompanied by their Material Safety Data Sheet, MSDS. In case of chemical spill on your eyes or body, showers are located throughout the process in storage areas. These can be easily identified by the green fluorescent light mounted above the shower station. Immediately flush your eyes with the eyes showers, or, in case of a spill to your body, wash the affected part thoroughly by pulling the emergency shower chain and report the incident to the CCR so that appropriate action could be taken. Whilst performing manual handling, ensure the appropriate lifting techniques are adopted and mechanical aids used. If required, get assistance to carry out the task. If you are unsure of correct lifting techniques, ask the maintenance superintendent to arrange a practical demonstration. If at any time during your stay you notice something unsafe or someone performing an unsafe act, ensure it is immediately stopped and reported to a BHP Bulletin staff member so that appropriate corrective measures could be taken. Remember, silence is consent. All incidents including property damage, personal injury or environmental impacts must be reported to your BHP Bulletin supervisor immediately. If you are working in the plant area or at one of the remote sites such as a wellhead, there are emergency devices available for raising a general alarm or shutting down equipment in an emergency situation. These will be identified to you prior to any work commencing in your relevant area. Fire and security alarms activation points are also strategically located throughout the accommodation and office blocks for use in case of an emergency. In case of an emergency, use the escape route from the process area or the buildings where you are working. BHP is committed to environmental protection. Please ensure you dispose of all waste materials correctly in the designated rubbish receptacles. If you are unsure of the correct disposal of waste or rubbish, contact the relevant supervisor or your host for advice. Heat exhaustion is a potential hazard when working or exercising. Ensure you protect yourself by drinking plenty of fluids and taking rest periods when appropriate. Safety helmets, sunshades and sunblocks are available for use when working outside. Tap water on site is not suitable for drinking. Bottled water is available from the mess room, office block and upon request. Snakes are common in and around the gas plant. Care should be taken where snakes may be present, such as under objects and in areas of restricted visibility. Covered footwear must be worn at all times outside the accommodation blocks. When storing your shoes at night, ensure they are not left outside at the ground level. Infectious diseases can be transmitted by insect bites. Repellent is available for use from the clinic, and it's recommended that long-sleeve clothing and closed-in footwear be worn especially during dusk and dawn. There's a safe travel system in place at site. This includes the mandatory use of seat belts in both the front and rear of all vehicles and observing road traffic rules and speed limits. All vehicles must be reverse parked in the designated parking areas. The maximum speed limit whilst inside the plant is 10 km an hour. Process areas, well sites are subject to vehicle movement restrictions and require a permit for vehicle entry. Pedestrians must be given the right of way at all times. Where footpath is provided, pedestrians shall use them rather than walking on roads. All off-site travel in company vehicles must be approved by the field manager or his delegate and must be accompanied by a security guard. If you are accommodated at site, full messing facilities are available. Normal meal times are from 6 a.m. to 8 a.m. for breakfast, 12 noon to 2 p.m. for lunch, and 6 p.m. to 8:30 p.m. for dinner. Recreational facilities include a fully equipped gym, indoor games, and a recreational TV room for your entertainment. Only clean clothing is to be worn in the TV room and sportswear in the gym and at the sports facilities. Please consider shift workers who may be sleeping when using these facilities and when moving around the accommodation. If you have any questions about the Zamzama gas plant or items mentioned in this video, please ask the person carrying out the induction or your host. They will be pleased to answer them. We hope you have a safe and enjoyable stay.